cream of the crop content, high quality. Episode 2!
Episode 2!
We're here!
We did it. We're on all the platforms now as well. That's a big turnaround from last week.
We're on Apple, we're on Spotify. I don't know if we've got SoundCloud up and running yet.
No, I didn't bother with SoundCloud. We've got Google Podcasts.
Oh, Google Podcasts.
We've got YouTube.
Audible. Right, yeah. I think
Audible's for books.
I think, well, let's just start reading books. Honestly.
I could do a dramatic reading of a book, I feel.
Yeah.
Let me find a book a moment.
Oh.
This is what will kick this off. How about Tarka the Otter, a British culture classic by Henry Williamson?
I've never heard this book, so
to page 139 and start in the second paragraph.
Okay.
Tarka and Grey Muzzle swam with the swan to the shore, where they bit into the throat and
Right,
closed
Finn, can
their
you just
eyes
fade
as
him
they
out?
drank its hot
Can you just
blood.
fade him out?
Soon
rid of
mouthful
them.
of feathers were being torn away. What the fuck? This book is
Holy
heavier than I remember.
What?
What's happening to this?
What?
I mean, I know they're otters. I thought this was like a kid's book. I didn't realise it was so
straight shredding.
hardcore.
Okay.
They just fucked up some birds.
Well, thanks for that.
Well, yeah.
Reading.
Welcome to episode 2.
I might have to actually read this book.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just telling people that I've
Toby hasn't realised we've started recording.
I have. This is content.
And is insisting that he's creating content.
Yeah. Don't cut this.
Okay.
Don't cut this.
He's
That's
still
all
faded
of it.
out.
I certainly hope not.
No.
Just muffled. Little Charlie Brown in the background. Is it Charlie Brown? The dude with the squiggle for the hair.
Yeah, and the dog, Snoopy.
And they do the little dance with the head go side to side.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like for everyone to dance like that.
Yeah.
As a thing?
You know,
that's
like
the only way?
yeah, you know, in like these stupid big action films, like your Bonds and your Kingsman and stuff like that. If I was going to be some like villain, some Blofeld, some Samuel L. Jackson in Kingsman, some fucking evildoer, then I'd want to be taking over the world just to make everyone do the Charlie Brown dance.
Interesting.
Like an Elon Musk microchip in the back of their head, right? And everyone's like, my God, what does it do? We're so, like, doctors around the world are trying to figure out how to remove it from the brainstem without killing people, because I've somehow managed to, like, pop it in, maybe with drones or some shit, I don't know. And then
Nanobots.
they're like, what are you going to do? You've got the world held hostage. And I'm like, do, 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 as they're all doing a little dance.
Would you like rob a bank while that happened? Or like...
No, dude, that's a dick move.
I just make literal unborn children wiggle in their mother's tummies.
So why are people trying to stop you at this point?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons, Finn. As Harry's just pointed out, I've turned them into essentially pregnant women have become a cocktail shaker.
Oh,
Oh, no.
does it just never stop as well? It's like just eternal wiggling, or only when the music plays.
It's just whenever I fancy.
I
So
see.
I'll be
Would
sat
you-
in.
Would you have a routine? Like 10 p.m. every night?
No, because there's time zones and stuff. Like people can't work around that. They just need to, know that sometimes they're going to do a Charlie Brown dance.
So like
What
when
about if they're driving?
yeah, like 20 million people are driving at any one time, they all die.
No. There's like
Population control.
it's not a mind control device. Jesus, Finn. No, they'll all pull over to the side of the road, get out of their
Oh, yeah.
cars.
So you have individual control over all of these people.
Person as a
I don't have,
pilot landing a plane, just
They have like a bit of control over themselves, if that makes sense. Like
So they're
it's more like
desperately-
you can't
it's more
endanger
like
anyone
my
with
microchip
disability.
puts the utmost desire to do this dance into them.
yeah.
You know how
okay.
in Kingsman it makes them all just kill each other, right? Because they just get really fucking angry.
yeah.
This one, it's like everyone's like, I must do the Charlie Brown dance right,
Right.
now.
So you
So
think
why is
that
anyone
won't
wanting to
cause
stop
people
you?
to die?
I think no, because they'll still be within control to be able to like stop the car and
So you're doing like nothing, really?
I
Like,
don't know if
people-
that's nothing, Finn. Like, someone might be having surgery and suddenly.
Toby, people crash because they desperately want to check Instagram. Like,
That's true.
if you enforce this like desire in people, they will just do it and then they'll crash. You're going
And
to
I
kill
think-
millions for your little meme joke dance.
Well, I did say I was a villain, didn't I?
Yes, yeah.
I think the
Does that make
important
us the
thing-
good guys? So the
We're
superheroes.
Well,
the James
that-
Bonds.
Well, that depends. Do you stop me or do you dance?
Put a
Well,
microchip in my head?
You know I don't have a brainstem, Toby.
Speaking of people with fucked up brains.
Yeah.
Here it comes. No, I just think it's fascinating. That, you know the middle. Is it the corpus callosum, the middle bit that connects you to hemispheres of your brain?
I don't know what a brain is.
It's been a while since I did anatomy.
Okay, we'll just say it's the corpus callosum. It's not like anyone cares. But the point is, you've got two hemispheres of your brain. You can chop that fucker right down the middle.
You can.
People can still operate, but things are real fucky. And I think it's fascinating, because all their left-right gets a bit skew-if. And
your brain's actually
like people
two brains.
that have had their skulls crushing on themselves, right? And they've had to lose half a brain in order to keep them alive.
Have I told you guys about the fact that I met someone who only had a bit of their brain?
Yeah,
he was cool.
You told me about that before.
Cool. Yeah. I don't remember this story, but
I don't know if I told you.
Maybe it should be told for the listeners.
Well, Harry, you may have actually met this man, Harry, because you were around my house that evening before. I spoke to him after you left, after that awful evening. For context, dear listeners.
Oh God,
dear listeners, who I hope to amass 20 of, so that my girlfriend will listen to this podcast. That's the quote she's given me.
20 listeners,
20 regular listeners.
Well, maybe in 30 years.
Yeah. You never know, man.
When we have grandchildren. We can force grandchildren at 30.
Yeah.
If we become dads, that instantly puts us up 50. A level for the podcast. Can we become a dad podcast? And it fully completes the triangle of podcasters.
The thing is, Finn, if you selectively cut around what you've just said, we can just lie.
Yeah. We are dads.
When I became a dad.
We're a bunch of dads.
Yep.
No, I don't know.
Our real identities are not tied to this podcast. So we definitely can lie about being dads.
Yeah. We're entering another morally grey area with Toby. Last week it was dwarfism and bigotry. Okay. This week it's lying to our listeners who don't exist currently.
Well, you say that. But Finn was showing me all these handy-dandy analytical tools.
You can see where our podcast has been downloaded.
With surprising accuracy. One in Brussels and one outside of Washington, D.C. in an area I forget the name of. So if you are listening to episode 2 after regrettably downloading the first one, know that I know where you live.
We do know where you live.
Well, we don't know the street. We just
know it was bloody precise.
It was quite. We know within 4 or 5 streets of where.
Yeah,
probably more upsettingly. So does Spotify. So does everyone in the world.
Yeah, but the thing is,
don't rag on Spotify. We're on their platform.
Yeah, man. They pay our bills.
I'll rag on whoever the fuck I want.
That's right. This is a free man's podcast. This is
a Freemasons podcast.
This is a Freemasons. Don't fuck with them. The Freemasons are a spooky cult, and I've got to say
they're not that spooky.
I went to a
Finn
Freemasons
has friends
funeral.
who are Freemasons, okay, Toby? He's been to a Freemason house.
I went to a Freemason funeral, and it was the weirdest shit. My dad's cousin tragically fell down the stairs and died.
And he was a Freemason, was he?
He was indeed, yeah. So there's it starts off with a relatively normal funeral, right?
As they go.
Just your classic Church of England funeral. No song singing.
No songs, no hymns.
Well, we didn't sing them. It wasn't like a real sing.
Did you have a choir singing them?
I think it was more like they played
One more step along the world.
Wow, not really though, is he? One more step down the stairs. Oh, you go. Shouldn't joke. He's dead. Point is, they do they do the crying. They do the crying. They do the I'll miss my dad. They do the let's celebrate his life. Talk about the highlights. Things like that. Then all of a sudden, these fucking Freemasons rock up. Well, they don't rock up. They've been there the whole time, but they really stole the show in that. We were going out to they carry the casket out and stuff. They're the ones who have to carry it. They put this wreath thing over it that had the Freemason logo. They did their own little hymn things that were not in Latin, as far as I could tell. I think they were English, but it was very hard to make out the lyrics.
Just give us a taste. Give us a taste of the tune.
It was very somber, and it was Another brother dead.
Another brother.
Another brother in the hole in the ground.
I see.
Oh. And were they like handing out flyers to try and replace him?
They certainly did a lot of networking. That's for sure. Asking a lot of people about that.
Freemasons are about, right? It's just it's like LinkedIn.
It's a bold LinkedIn profile that would try and spread itself at a funeral.
At a funeral. You say that though. The soulless bastards you see on LinkedIn, I think, are the kind of people who would use a funeral as a networking opportunity.
What, like James?
Yeah, like our good friend James.
I have a LinkedIn.
James,
I have a LinkedIn, Finn.
Yeah,
we all have LinkedIns.
Oh, well, I don't know.
It's the soullessness that you see in their eyes.
It's the ones who like actively try and like reach out to you.
No,
they'd
James
be like,
is soulless.
They'd be like, James would be like, "Oh no, my dear friend Harry has died. I wonder if anyone he knows
would you like to buy a house?
is interested in real estate."
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Should we whack a Dave over the names we've spewed out?
I think we're allowed to say James.
Yeah, I feel
James.
Like, James. No, I think we can say the first name.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. You can't really get a lot out of the first name, can you?
So the Freemasons, they like pick out your plot as well. You have to go in one of the like
Special Freemason slot.
Yeah, so like I was speaking to.
Is there anything fancy about them?
No, it's hole in the ground. But I was speaking to the widow, and she was saying that this wasn't actually the church they would have liked to pick. They wanted to have him buried somewhere else, and the Freemasons were like, actually, he signed this stuff. That means he's got to be here with his brothers.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking weird.
It's quite culty, isn't it?
It is quite culty, yeah. It's very old. I'm sure it's done a lot of good in regards to benefiting its members in getting them stonking rich.
Yes,
because it is a professional cult. But yeah, no, it's fucking weird, and I don't like it. And I've been to some of their like meeting houses as well, and you always peer in the windows and see some strange shit going on.
They wear like kilts and stuff though, which is pretty cool.
I don't.
That's Scottish people, I think. Actually,
yeah.
I think
and they've got these funny accents. I'm sure. and they love this thing called haggis.
No, look, I'm gonna Google it.
Apologies to anyone from Scotland who hears me just generalise your country to kilts, haggis, and accents.
I'm sure they wear kilts.
I'm vaguely Scottish, so it counts.
I'm sure some of the Freemasons.
Oh no, they don't. They wear trousers, but they have little bibs.
They
have little bibs around their waist.
Excellent.
I'll put a photo in the Discord.
I've also put a photo in the Discord of what the thumbnail of the episode should be.
Freemason's bucket hat.
I think it's pretty perfect. It's like it's an eye bursting blue colour. That
it
hat.
Is.
Now, the Freemasons pictured, Finn,
they're wearing aprons.
The three Freemasons. Clearly all of some sort of different rank, I'm guessing, by the different little bibs and such. Don't they look like absolute tossers?
The guy in the middle doesn't.
The guy in the middle looks okay. The guy on the left looks like
looks horrible.
The guy on the right looks like he molests kids. The guy on the left looks like he's one of those politicians who's so like away from reality that he's like, "What do you mean you don't pay £5 for a pack of sausages?" And the guy in the middle actually does look like, well.
I love that. That's your that's your like standard for if you're a tosser or not. You're like, you don't pay £5 for a pack of sausages.
He went from child molesting to buying sausages, which is
no, it's not the sausages,
in the same
guys.
Group as well, which is
child molestation and
expensive sausages.
Being a rich fuck who doesn't understand the plight of the common man.
Yeah.
I consider to be bad.
Okay.
That's a hot take, I know. But
hot take.
As for the guy in the middle, I feel like he probably is a tosser, but he does have a kind face.
I think a lot of Freemasons have kind faces.
That's how they get you in, Finn. That's why these are the ones
because you are
pictured.
A Freemason,
It wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
I am susceptible to culty behaviour.
You are extremely susceptible.
You are not immune to the effects of propaganda.
Have a propaganda at those cults.
Oh, What a pair of colts.
China. Bing, bing, bong. Obamacare. Bing, 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 bong. Bong, bong, bong.
I think Finn is probably one of the most susceptible men I've ever met.
Yeah.
I'm open-minded.
Just get slightly drunk, and then he's like really positively on your side.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you let him, you play a Meatloaf song, he'll talk about it for the rest of the evening.
I got the
Should we
discuss? Because let's discuss Meatloaf.
Let's talk about Meatloaf. Should we have a minute of silence recorded on the podcast?
Rest in peace, but he did also say that he wasn't going to follow COVID guidelines. So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't aware of that.
Oh,
that was kept.
He was like,
is that
not be
how
controlled.
he's passed? I assumed it was just because he was a hefty lad.
I think. I mean, he was an old fellow, and he had obviously drug abuses and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
So I imagine that had more.
He died of COVID.
Oh, did he actually?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And he said that he wasn't going to follow the guidelines.
He was like, I will not be controlled or something. I read a Reddit thing, the
like
headline as I was scrolling past.
The Kanye West headline that I made up last week.
No, this is music news.
This is music news.
Music news.
It's music news.
Oh, we've done it. So we were going to avoid it.
Put this
we're
at
going
the
to avoid
front
it this week.
of this section.
Okay, I'll move the song.
Music news. Meatloaf has died. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Almost breaking news.
More like bat into hell.
I hope he's not gone to hell.
Fucking yikes,
Well, I mean, if he disobeyed COVID guidance, then
Oh, I mean that has soured.
It's tainted
situation,
things,
yeah. But anyway, we were in the pub last night, and they weren't playing Meatloaf. And before we left, I made them play Meatloaf, and everyone really enjoyed themselves.
I'd like you to rephrase that to you asked them to play Meatloaf. Something about you saying you made them seems like you've
Well, I strolled up to the bar and I said, Meatloaf has died. Let's play some Meatloaf. And they put it on.
Enforced Meatloaf enjoyment.
It was definitely a friendly ask. I wasn't aggressive about it.
I wouldn't say you're a typically aggressive man.
No, not when I'm drunk.
But when I'm sober, I'm
absolutely.
a stone cold son of a bitch.
No, I'm not. No. I'm a big old teddy bear, man. Not a big.
You are a very friendly man. And I think that's what plays into your susceptibility.
It is. I'm too friendly. I want to be on board. I almost signed up for ukulele lessons yesterday.
Did you?
At the pub, you really need to stop talking to people when you're drunk, Finn. Except me.
It's like the line of sort of like some manipulative relationship. Or something.
Negging Finn.
You just stop talking to everyone except me.
Well, yeah, you can do. Yeah. You never listen to me anyway.
You have our permission to speak with others.
Oh, thank you.
Our blessing.
That's so kind of you guys. I was really
We
worried.
We are kind of like your parents in a way.
I think carers is a better word. I feel like my parents might be upset if they find out I've replaced them.
Especially with us.
But they'll be happier to know you've got two carers.
Yeah.
If you claim like Henry Cavill as your dad, I think it's more acceptable. But me, no.
How old is Henry Cavill?
Not that old.
30?
Not old enough to be Finn's dad.
I was going to say. Well, not. I've just. I don't know if you. I don't know. I don't know if
I laugh at your pain.
I don't know if you could hear the little knock that prefaced that weird sound I made.
Place your bets on Henry Cavill's age.
You said, "Oh wow," which makes you think he's either going to be much older or much younger than I think.
He's 14 years old.
Henry Cavill is 36.
Oh,
hold on. I'd like to guess.
Okay.
Now, he has quite a young face, and I haven't known of his sort of like acting career for longer than, I don't know, 10 years at a push. Maybe not even that.
Yeah, Man of Steel was 2013.
Piss off, was it?
Yeah.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Dear.
That's 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to say he's 30 years old.
19?
Harry was closest.
Wait, hold on.
We can't change your answer.
It's too late, Toby.
You've locked it in.
Prove that you're a moron.
He's 38 years old.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He's looking good on it.
He is looking good on it.
He is. He'll be 39 this year.
Good looking lad.
Unspeakable things to me.
Oh.
Witcher cosplay.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god, he was in Stardust.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. I remember
That's
seeing
an
Stardust
old
in the
film.
cinema.
Really?
Yeah.
You went to the cinema?
Yeah. Assuming
Without
this
us?
is the film I think ever. I didn't even know Finn at the time.
Who
I
does
don't
he
actually know
play
how
in
old I
this?
was.
Stardust.
When did Stardust come out?
It came out like
2007.
1997.
Yeah, I was in primary school, so I barely knew Harry either. Well, he knew me, I didn't know him.
Oh my goodness.
See what Henry Cavill looks like in Stardust.
You'll be shocked. You'll be very shocked.
What are you,
Oh.
fucking, like, you're like a BuzzFeed writer or something there. You'll be shocked to see what
Wowza.
Henry Cavill looks like in
Please
Stardust.
follow these 100 links and click through a million ads.
Yeah.
I don't remember him from the film. Even looking at this guy now, I don't remember what this guy's
I
role was in
barely
the film.
remember Stardust, I won't lie.
Henry Cavill, Stardust. I'm going to have to look at this now. Listeners, feel free
Google
to
as
have
well.
What's on
He's got
earth?
blonde hair.
Yeah.
And a little mustache. And
He looks like a foppish gentleman.
He does, doesn't he?
Good on him.
Wow, he loses a lot of sex appeal as Humphrey from Stardust.
That's his name.
Yeah. It's not a good look for him. Don't get me wrong, he still looks phenomenal. But yeah.
Well, good. Music news is now over.
Yep.
Yeah. It
We're
went
done
on
with
again
music
last
news.
episode. Music news.
News.
Robert De Niro was in Stardust? I think
Yes.
we need to rewatch this.
Yeah, Robert De Niro had a big part in Stardust.
There are a fucking lot of big celebs in Stardust.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I really think we should.
Let's watch it.
Look how slim Henry Cavill looks in that promotional picture. Good heavens!
Goodness
I-
gracious!
I'm positively squirting at the loins.
Oh.
Never again say that.
No,
No.
no.
Something about the image it creates in my mind is disturbing.
Do we
Finn,
do we want to speed through a news? Do we want to just have
quick
that
little
segment?
cheeky. Let's just slap
Yeah,
a news in here.
Okay.
Crack it out, buddy.
You'll be
Fucking
able
slam
to
it in.
probably guess this week's news. I'm quite upset about this news.
Oh, I think I know what this
I
news
think
is.
you will know what this news is.
Hit me with it anyway.
Working from home advice and face masks have stopped in the UK, which means I can no longer work from home. I quite like working from home.
That is rough. I managed to get in 2 days of working from home before they announced
Yeah.
this mandate. It's a lot harder for me to work from home, though, to be fair.
Also, our cases are still mega high.
Yeah, we're all going to die. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It sucks.
Nose the bitch and then you die.
Because, working from home's just nice, isn't it? You get stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Chill
not
out.
work.
When you're just going to sit there
Yeah.
and not do anything.
No, unfortunately, my work's on timesheets, so if I didn't do anything, I'd have to do it later.
Yeah.
So the efficiency for their end is unchanged, whether I'm in the office or at home. But
Good-o.
that's that. That's the news.
I would have added more to that news, but it's just so depressing, isn't it?
It
to
is.
Think about COVID and the pandemic, and
I was
personally,
impressed
for
it didn't
me-
come up at all last episode, right? COVID.
well,
Which,
I think we were keen to talk about anything else,
yeah.
and I think most. I find I've always been a fan of escapism, trying to get the fuck away from real world problems.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like since the pandemic, the entire world has very much joined me in that and gone, holy shit, I want to think about anything else.
Time for a fucking Zoom
Yeah.
quiz, buddies, because I don't want to think. Yeah. Do you remember the
Yeah.
Zoom quiz?
You know, I'd rather sit and think about COVID than do another fucking Zoom quiz.
Throughout the entire pandemic, have only had to do one
Really?
Zoom quiz, and I left about 8 minutes in because it was
Lucky
fucking
man. I had to do one every Monday morning for like 15 minutes with my work.
Oh my god, this is work stuff?
So we'd have when it first
man.
started, they were like, "Oh, we care about our employees." We're gonna have like weekly Monday meetings.
We care about you. Get better.
So every Monday morning we'd have to join a Zoom call with like the whole office just to make sure everyone was still like alive and willing to work. And then one of the like managers always rap out these like quiz questions. And we
do you have a sick beat as well? Just brings out a keyboard.
So yeah, that was my Monday for like a year. My Monday morning for a year. And it sucked.
Yeah, that sounds pretty hellish.
Fucking horrid.
It sucked.
Yeah. I think in a way, obviously I would rather go back to a time where there wasn't COVID. But I think, along with most people, I'm fucking sick of this pandemic. And the whole, like, just everything about it. I'm just tired. I'm fed up. I'm done.
Yeah.
But I think there was something unique about the first lockdown.
Yeah, when everyone was really scared.
Yeah. But
and
it brought out
down.
such weird fucking behaviour in us.
Yeah.
Like, uniform things that you can see, whether it's someone who's in Missouri or someone who's in Brisbane or someone who's in Birmingham. Like, they are all... Yeah. I'm naming only English-speaking countries because I know absolutely nothing about the cultures of other countries or what they got up to. But certainly, on the English-speaking side of things... It all very much came together.
Another mark for the Toby's a bigot.
I'm not a bigot. I just don't speak other languages.
I don't interface with other cultures or even know where they are.
I know where they are. They're on the continent.
Oh dear.
Paris.
Oh God.
I think that's a fair response to Paris.
Gibraltar, our only stronghold on the continent.
Oh dear. What about Cyprus? That's not really on the continent, is it?
That's an island, Harry.
Sorry.
For the longest time as a child, I thought islands floated. And I was so fucking upset when I found out that they're actually attached to the floor.
You weren't alone with that?
No. I think it's a regular occurrence. Because it sounds way cooler.
How upset did you guys get? Because I remember genuinely being a bit teary. And I was about 12.
Upset. Oh. I was going to say, I think I found out later than you, but I think I was 8.
I don't think I ever was emotionally upset about it. I don't think I had any emotional reaction to it, to be honest. It was
really emotionally attached to the idea that islands float on the water.
Well, I'll tell you for why. Prior to my fear of the deep sea, I always wanted to know what was underneath.
Oh, I see.
I thought I could swim out on the coast, and then if I swam with scuba gear, I'd swim out on the coast and then sort of double back on myself and go under the island and have a look.
Oh man, can you imagine how terrifying that? That's like having a monster under your bed, but under your island.
These days that is enough to make my legs go weak, and not in a sexual manner.
And if you get everyone in the UK to go and sit in Norwich,
and
then run all the way quickly to Liverpool, flip it round.
Create a tidal. That'd be the new war technique. We just send a tidal wave to Paris.
Just wobble it back and forth.
Yeah. Oh no, it's bouncing back off Calais.
Just fucking clonks.
Oh dear.
Good times.
So how long do you think the Netherlands has before it floods?
I think they're going to keep getting bigger.
They're just going to keep taking the water.
Yeah. Just absorbing it.
Yeah. Soon the Netherlands is going to reach East Anglia.
Is it the Netherlands
and then we'll invade them.
Sea level?
And they won't have any... there you go.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, a lot of the Netherlands is below. There's one hill in the Netherlands or something.
Yeah.
They essentially went, there's not really enough space next to France and Belgium and Germany here, so we're just going to move out into the sea and just kind of... how do they do it? I know they've got these
boats,
things
probably.
Excuse me?
How do they get to the island?
They build dams.
They build dams, yeah,
and
but sea dams.
Dikes. And... Yeah. All sorts of things.
I think I was answering a different question.
And windmills. I don't know how the windmills help. They might move water, actually.
Yeah, they act like wave machines.
Interesting.
I hear Harry typing as if to like sort of.
I'm looking up dykes.
Reprimand me.
In
Be
the
careful
Netherlands.
googling that.
Well, the first thing that came out was, because I spelled it wrong, was London Dykes, who was a footballer.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, huh? Oh. Flood control in the Netherlands, a Wikipedia article. It's very important, apparently, due to its low elevation. Wow. I got a map of... Most of the Netherlands would be flooded without a bit of flood control, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That
yeah, it's pretty cool.
rough to live there, huh?
I think it's pretty nice, actually.
I
I
was
won't
gonna
lie
say,
to you,
I
Finn.
think
But what if one day one of the dams breaks and you lose everything?
I think it's more likely to happen here than in the Netherlands, because
Oh.
they have lots of controls. And it's like, if you know there's a problem, you'll actually prepare for it. And if it's happened, you'll be like, invest money into it. Whereas we're just like, oh, floods will never happen again. And don't invest
true.
any flood
and then
defense.
they happen every year.
And then they happen every year, and we're like...
Boris?
And then the politicians go, well, that's why you have to vote for me at next election, because the other guys let the dam break.
Yeah. And then we continue to vote for Boris instead. Actually, has there been a general election for Boris?
I think he just got in. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
no,
ever...
democracy's dead.
He yoinky sploinkied his way straight.
Yeah.
Democracy is dead. I had a long chat with my boss about the Tories.
Oh,
He's getting very upset about it.
Nice.
gosh.
And I was just there like, yeah.
I apologise if I've seen slightly distracted. I'm having to very politely tell my dad to piss off.
Oh,
Nice.
are you happy
I-
for that to just be on the podcast?
I'll leave it up to you in the editing room.
Okay.
Make your mind up on that one.
Okay. That's fair. So I've been thinking about content for the podcast. And what I
just
can
thinking
speak about.
There's such a vacuous lack of it.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Literally,
In our-
it's made
in our
me realise
podcast.
that
Is vacuous a word?
This
Yes.
means vacuum. But with an us.
Yes.
I wanted Harry to explain it, if I'm honest, Finn,
Well,
because
You
in
got
the
my
nicest way
explanation
possible.
anyway.
When you explain things, I just...
Assume they're wrong?
So Toby,
Yeah.
vacuous it's like a vacuum but with an us.
See, thank you.
Right.
Because I feel like I can trust it.
I
with
see.
Harry.
Okay.
Whereas with you, it kind of feels
I'll
like...
try not to be offended.
You know when you meet like a senile person, and they're talking with such a great deal of confidence, but everything they're saying doesn't mean...
Like bananas.
I mean, vacuous actually means showing a complete lack of thought or intelligence.
Oh,
Archaically, apparently, according to Google,
okay.
meant empty, but has just completely been like everyone. Like you describe someone as vacuous rather than. Well, actually, content can be vacuous as well.
Okay.
Vacuous.
So I realised we don't have a lot of content. I don't have a lot to speak about because I don't do a lot. I work and I go home.
Yeah.
So I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and play a new game every week, and I'll review it for you guys.
Okay.
I'll
A
review it.
5-minute Finn review.
Yeah.
What's the
I
word
would like
beginning with
this.
F that could be a review? The sounds like that means review.
Are you trying to make alliteration?
5 Finn.
Finn's 5 minutes factuals.
Finn's thoughts.
It's time for another Finn's Thoughts.
It's time for another episode of Finn's thoughts. Today I was thinking. Today I have been thinking about.
Go ahead, Finn.
Yeah, Finn, Jesus, man.
Well, I've not done it for this week.
Oh,
I didn't have time.
okay.
right.
This is
Well,
I'm playing
hold
a
on.
new game called Minecraft.
I walked in you earlier playing The Witcher 3.
That's not a new game. Everyone's played The Witcher 3.
I haven't.
Oh, right.
I have The Witcher 3 and I've
So do
played
I.
it.
God.
We both have.
You've got the perfect audience right now.
Well,
Finn.
yeah, play The Witcher's pretty good.
Oh
Stories-
fuck! If this is an indication of if this is the next few weeks segment, I think we might have to leave this one on the cutting room floor, buddy.
Well, you put me on the spot a bit. I wasn't expecting one this week.
Why did you bring it up?
Just so you know, to let it be known that that's what
You got to give. You got to give the
pressure on yourself. for
Yeah,
next
you got to give the
week.
listeners something to
Yeah.
hold on to, or some hope that
exactly.
things will
They've
get
got
better.
a reason that they'll tune in.
AJ has passionally listened to our
Yes.
first episode.
Did he?
We
Yeah.
need to reward him.
So
I love
so
Dave.
tune in next time, AJ specifically, and
Our only listener.
and I'll
Does
give you a
AJ have a
game review.
VPN that goes to Washington DC? Do you think?
and Brussels.
And actually, AJ, if you write into our PO box, or actually email, because we don't have a PO box, email us.
We have an email?
Yeah, I'll put it
Oh,
on
God.
somewhere so people can do that, and you can email games.
Flashing on the screen to induce epilepsy. That's it.
You can send me games, and I'll play them and review them.
This feels like you're trying to make some kind of fucking multi-level marketing scheme or something.
I'm just trying to get free games.
okay.
If you just send me free games keys.
You've had 5 minutes to think about it, Finn.
Okay.
Your concise review of The Witcher 3, please. How have you found it?
Very good, very fun. Lots of monster hunting. You got to collect. You can buff yourself in lots of fun ways. New oils,
Nice,
and
okay.
potions. So it's worth it. Story is really good. The story I'm playing through at the moment is one of the DLC ones, and I've just murdered a giant frog that turned into a prince. And then I was
Spoilers?
arrested. Well, it's just sort of the start of the story. There's not huge spoilers. The start of the DLC
Okay.
story. I won't go any deeper because I've not gone
Can
any
we
further.
can we just have a spoiler alert sound
But
that plays?
Yeah.
I'd like it to be an ear-piercing klaxon. I'd like this whole podcast to be sort of, around the kind of 5 to 10 decibel levels, and then I'd like that spoiler alert to hit the rough 200 mark.
like my crunches in your fucking.
Yeah, like in that old video I made where every
That's
time
so
you crunch
horrible.
your cereal, it was just. I'm no longer fond of using the term ear rape just because it's so visceral.
It is quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've learned that some people like ears to be involved in sexual stuff. And I think
What? How?
it's an orifice.
Tongue in ear.
Well, tongue in ear, I feel is fairly.
It's on the
fairly
vanilla
normal.
side of the ice cream spectrum.
Yeah. But then getting to the real mint choc chipper things.
I don't know if I
You've
want.
got people who's sort of,
No, it's not for me.
Just
I'll leave it up to the
stuff
imagination.
it. Oh, okay, yeah.
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 It's not for you, Finn?
No, can't say it is.
No.
You've got quite hairy ears, though.
Just hair all over my body.
I need to cut my nose hair in
Like on the podcast live or
a second. I don't think anyone would enjoy that. Just me going like, eh.
do you know the trimmer?
I got a little thing that goes
Yeah.
up there and it just rips all the
Zaps it all up, rips it. Gosh.
Yeah, it's not good.
Epilated
That's
your
why.
nose.
You've got
cheap.
a zappy one, Finn. You just
Yeah.
tase the hairs out of your nose.
Every time
Holy
he uses
shit.
it, he
It makes your,
synapses in his brain stop firing.
All you can smell is burnt hair though. For a
Oh,
little
it
while.
burns them. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, is it tasing the hair follicle, the base,
Oh,
so it
no,
relaxes and the hairs fall out?
No.
Oh, Harry,
I went real stupid real fast there.
That's not stupid. That's big brain.
That is quite. Maybe that's a product. Maybe this is a new product.
Is that how
Harold's product hour?
Is that how laser hair removal works? It just opens
No.
up the. Oh,
I don't think
or
so.
does it just burn them off then?
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's look it up. This will be another Wikipedia article dive. Here we go.
Science
Laser
news.
hair removal.
Science news.
Wikipedia.
Science
Science news.
What?
Dude,
That's
I
a good-
just love.
That's a whole
Science.
section of news we've not even touched on yet.
God, it's almost like there's just a lot of news.
There's a
Oh,
lot
the-
of news
yeah,
out there
yeah.
in the world.
It's literally you just pulse a laser and it destroys your hair follicles,
Nice.
so it doesn't grow back.
Cool.
Now, how portable is a laser hair removal kit? Like, could you have it in sort of a handheld capacity?
I don't think they're that portable.
See, this is my thing.
do you want a laser gun?
I've
I
never had
would
laser
like-
hair
Oh,
removal.
portable laser hair removal.
There
Wow,
we
yeah,
go.
it is quite.
It's actually
Pretty? Is it?
Wow.
Or is it like
That looks. It's like a beauty product. It looks. It's like. It looks like a barcode reader. I won't lie.
But
Which
imagine
makes
that though.
sense.
Imagine that level of villainy you could get up to if you're just running through town, just fucking buzzing people's hair off. Like you run into a busy shopping centre, they think, "Oh my god, he's got a gun," and then you just fry a dude's hair.
That's why
And it all
Agent
just falls out.
47's bald, because people are trying to read the barcode on the back of his head with laser removal tools. It all makes sense now. That's why he's so murderous as well.
Agent 47, I think, is a comedic genius.
I see.
From the hit game Hitman.
Which one? The original?
But all of them. Although I think he's probably funniest in the latest 3 Hitman games, the ones by IO Interactive. Yeah. Right. It's a good thing they're hit games, really. Otherwise, it would just be Man.
Then.
Man 1, Man 2. I actually bought Hitman 3 recently, and I haven't yet played it.
Oh, really?
Well, I got it cheap. I got it for £10. I thought that's a good deal for.
Oh, how do you do that?
Well, I don't want to sound like a walking advertisement for partially Tencent-owned company Epic Games. Harry, you play Paradox Games, and Tencent owns a 9% share in them.
Well, yeah.
Yep. So they gave me a £10 voucher, and it was on sale for £20, so I bought the voucher as well, and bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing.
Because it's got pretty bad reviews on Steam, this Hitman 3.
Does it?
I think more because it's only recently come to Steam from being an Epic exclusive.
I see, so, yeah.
And it's back up to 60 quid.
Well, it was always 60 quid.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, it's been out for, a year now on Epic? How long have they have it out?
Yeah.
Man, Tencent owns everything, can I just say?
They do own a lot, yeah. Not everything,
That's a bit scary.
Microsoft owns all the other stuff now. Feels like that's big news. Gaming news.
Gaming news.
Gamer.
How do we feel about that?
Gamer.
How do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Finn?
I love Bill Gates.
About Microsoft.
Microchip me up, buddy. Make
me do the
Microsoft
Charlie Brown
micro
dance.
hard.
I want to do the Charlie Brown dance with Bill Gates.
Okay.
Maybe I'll the Charlie Brown dance, please.
I'll see if I can get in contact with him.
Cut this. Bad minute. Listen, how do I feel about the Microsoft news? Well, Finn, I'm glad you've asked.
I'm so upset with you, Toby. You just cut my Microsoft micro hard joke. I'm gonna have to make it again.
Now, I heard Finn laugh downstairs, and yet nothing came through on his microphone. I just heard silence after your comment, and then just a very faint from downstairs muffled. How do I feel about the Microsoft news? Well,
that's what I asked.
I hear you ask.
I hear you ask.
did.
You clamour for my answer.
Sure.
Well, first, I think Harry has a joke.
Oh.
Fuck off.
Oh.
We're not cutting any of this. This is all staying in.
Cut this.
I'm not even going to edit this episode, guys. I mean,
yeah, just upload it dry.
Lazy fuck, what are you here for?
For Finn's thoughts.
It's not for Finn's thoughts at all.
You've not had any fucking thoughts.
I did. I told you about The Witcher.
Thoughts. I made you tell us about The Witcher after you said you weren't ready. Finn's thoughts aren't ready, sir.
Finn's full of bullshit.
Whoa.
Sort it out.
Whoa.
Sort it out.
Next week, Finn.
Yeah.
If I have to deal with
a half an hour segment.
Amateur hour nonsense again.
No, I have played a new game this week.
Oh, fuck, here he goes. Alright, Finn's thoughts.
I've done it, guys. Mortal Online 2.
Oh.
Beta. Super hardcore MMO game that's really confusing. I couldn't get my hands around it, my head around it. It's I got through the tutorial.
God.
And then
I can get my hands.
I got through you get put on this little island, which is instance for the tutorial, where you basically play the game. Almost, yeah. And then once you think you're happy and ready to play, you can just sort of spawn yourself in the world and take some of your items with you. And I spawned myself in the world, and I just got killed instantly while this literally spawned in. I just died and lost everything, and then I didn't know how to start again.
How did you die?
I think a man hit me as I was loading in.
As in a player man?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, player man.
Oh, it
That
sounds like
seems
one of
like
those really
good.
high quality.
It's one of these ones where you can do
Good.
literally anything that you want to do, right?
Including abuse the game by the sounds of things.
So what you actually mean is some people can do everything they want. Most people just die immediately.
Most people
real
have a
life,
guy who
yeah.
sits at spawn and just fucking kills people. Who are like,
Yeah.
they can't.
So
play
it
the
is
game, they just
illegal,
pay money
right,
for.
to kill people. So the people, like NPCs and that, do come and fight you, but this guy was just so jacked that he was just like clicking on them as well as players, and everyone was just dying.
How do you know that
Nice.
if he killed you while you were loading?
Because I was
Because he stared at him in the
Just-
in the death cam and was like, "Stop killing
There is VoIP in that game, actually.
there
to be
is,
fair.
yeah.
I want to play Project Zomboid with VoIP. That's a new game we've been playing more regularly.
That's true.
That's a game that gaming news has really been taking off recently.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
it's because it's
feel.
good fun.
It is
Yeah,
a lot
but
of fun.
also it had that big update that was like a couple of years in the making.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it just started to snowball, and I love to see it because I bought that game back on Desura, like fucking 10 years ago now.
Oh.
Like,
So you bought the game twice? Do you have to rebuy it on Steam?
No, Desura was cool. They let you, if the game came out on Steam, they would like transfer over your ownership, which I think was neat. Yeah. Because it was for games that were basically too small to get on Steam because it's
Okay.
before Steam allowed anything on there.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now
right.
you can get
Like
anything
back
on
when they
Steam.
had like Steam Greenlight and
We'd
stuff
probably
like
get
that.
this
Do you remember
podcast
that?
on Steam.
Steam
Probably.
Greenlight.
I remember Steam Greenlight. I enjoyed that a lot.
You could vote for your games to be added, right?
I wouldn't lie. I would play
Yeah.
the shit out of a game if if you record your voice and you could just you run a little guy along the top of the wave pattern, and then you have to jump between the bits that you don't talk. So you could just scream the entire time and make it really easy. But that'd be such a good game
That would be, Harry. Why don't you make it?
because I have no talent.
Wait, so hang on. Run this by me again. I missed it.
So look at your Audacity
Yeah,
wave print of your
I'm
voice.
looking at it.
Imagine if you would,
Okay.
a little man running along at the top of the little wave pattern.
Yeah.
Every time you stop speaking, there's a gap.
Oh my goodness.
You fall to your death.
Okay.
Next time, what do? You jump the gap onto the next bit of your voice. But if you stop
Okay.
speaking at any point,
The gap's just there. So do you also
the
have
gap
to,
gets
like...
too long and you can't jump.
So just to make it, obviously when you speak, there's ups and downs, right? So would you have
Yeah,
to also, would the screen be moving? So like if you didn't
Yeah.
jump up and down these things quick enough, you'd also die.
Or maybe
So then you'd
you
have
know,
a time pressure for it.
was it Tiny Wings? That old
Flappy Bird.
No, Tiny Wings. Flappy Bird's different.
Oh.
I'm talking about the old one, the really old one, where you go down,
There
you go down the hills fast, and then launch off the top of the next hill.
There was such
yeah,
disgust in Harry's voice.
yeah.
You went,
It's because I knew you were going to say Flappy Bird, and I was going to fucking kill myself.
what a
Um,
phenomenon Flappy Bird was.
It had to be deleted from the App Store for some reason.
But it didn't
Well,
have to be.
it's
He
'cause-
chose
no-
to.
What,
yeah,
'cause he
the
made too
maker-
much money?
He's getting harassed.
Oh.
Basically, he was like, I didn't expect this to take off as much
Why
as
was
it
he
did, and I
being
don't like it.
Because he got really rich off the game,
Yeah.
and everyone was like,
Everyone's getting rich off mobile games nowadays.
people are
even
goblins.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fix their Microsoft Micro Hard.
There it is. He got it.
There it is. He got that.
I'm gonna cut that
So
out.
how do I feel about the Microsoft news, Finn? Well, let me tell you.
Oh, I feel you
I
hadn't
don't
noticed that
really
yet.
mind. To
Oh,
be
okay.
honest, I think it's all right.
What about? So we got a couple of veteran WoW players. WoW
Veteran WoW.
classic players.
Absolutely.
I played a good few hours.
I'm not including you in this conversation.
I think, Finn, what we
Very
really
well.
have is
Two
I
people
was
that have played
addicted to
WoW
World of
Classic.
Warcraft Classic.
Yeah. How as a WoW gamer, how do you feel about Microsoft buying Blizzard?
I'm no longer a WoW gamer because
Is it
they
good
killed
shit?
DBC, and then
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be bothered.
TBCC.
So I hope Jim Microsoft just pulls the plug, deletes WoW,
Oh my god.
because I would love to
Put it to
see.
bed. WoW 2.
Yeah, well, I want to see them do other things with that IP, I guess,
Yeah.
or just I think that game is unresolvedly broken now. They can't. They'd have to cut so much stuff out.
That's
So it wouldn't be WoW anymore.
Where they're better off just making a WoW 2.
Yeah.
I think if they shut off the servers for World of Warcraft, there would be suicides all across the globe.
The problem
I
they've
think-
got is the problem they had with like when Cataclysm came out is people have so many memories with like dead people within that game, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And it's like when they were just deleting like taverns and inns and shit, and people were like, "Oh, but this is where I'd come with my brother, before he died, and we'd spend our nights ERPing in here or whatever." And
I
then
hate
it
to
just
say
been
this.
destroyed.
But that wouldn't stop a business from destroying an actual building in real life. So
True.
I don't see why it should stop a gaming company from revamping a game that's dying and costing loads of money.
Yeah. And it's just bad.
It's not great, is it? Let's be honest. It's been bad for quite a while.
It's been bad, and there's been so many moments where they're like, but we're going to do this and make it better, and it's looked like it's going to make it better, and then it's happened.
See, this is why I wanted to avoid bringing up World of Warcraft, because it just consumes the conversation, and then Toby goes quiet.
Yeah.
Well, I've only gone quiet because I don't really understand.
You can hear him crying in the background. He's like...
I'm actually biting my tongue just because I want to say mean things, and I worry that my reputation on this podcast will be the mean one.
You are the mean one.
You are the mean one.
I'm not the mean one.
It's better to be the mean one, Toby, than the bigot, which is your other nickname.
These cannot be my only two options. It's like one of those red pill, blue pill things.
I really would rather not, thank you.
Yeah.
We shall get into Age of Empires too.
Oh, I'll be down.
There you go.
We can play one after this, actually.
I'm down.
Nice.
I've got some chores to do.
Oh, God, you're such a chore. Oh, actually, I probably need to help you with this. Are those chores moving stuff ready for...
Oh, no, I'd forgotten about that, actually.
Right.
Fuck. Can we do that tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow. Although I'm not about a lot tomorrow.
When are you not about?
From, like, 1.
Guys!
Sorry, we're doing a
Podcast?
This is content.
Cream of the crap content. High quality.
You should put that at the end of every episode. You know how, like, on TV shows, each company has like their watermark, their splash screen that has the little sound
like
and a picture.
Fremelan. Like
Yeah.
Nice.
Not sponsored. Then we got Harry just saying cream of the crap content.
I like that. I'm gonna do it.
I don't think you should.
Hold on, I'm drawing a little avatar of cream of the crop content.
I hope it's creamy.
I'm on a slice of bread for some reason.
I made my. Let's talk
about
the fry-up I made for myself.
But you're a vegan.
Now.
Oh, the egg that stuck to the pan.
Yeah. Finn didn't help me.
Well, I watched.
I'll never forgive him.
I watched it happen and commented on it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's helping.
Well, you could have at any point intervened.
Yeah, but why would I? You've got to learn. This is the first egg you ever frued.
That's a beautiful logo, Harry. Thank you. Can I ask what's going on with the mouth?
I lost the plot a little bit there, I won't lie.
Just
Art has never been...
Just a thought for the podcast.
Yeah.
We should probably stop commenting on photos. People
No,
can't
I
see.
think it just adds character.
We've only commented on like 1 or 2.
Like 4.
It's actually been 3, but...
Hold on. We commented on the 2...
The bucket hat, the Masons.
God, sorry, guys. It's been a hard day.
Honestly.
We commented on the Mason stuff, which is 2 and 1, and then we commented on Henry
2 and 1.
Cavill and Stardust.
Oh yeah,
So,
and then the Harry just drew one, so that's 4.
well, yeah, we're going to cut that though, so it's fine.
Can I just ask, Toby, what was so hard about your day today? What's been going on?
He's been
I had to get up and face the unrelenting pressures of life.
Of your girlfriend.
Oh no!
Cut that.
I had to get up and talk to my girlfriend.
You cut that despicable comment. In fact, Harry, leave it in. Leave it in. You're the mean one now. I love my girlfriend.
Do you?
I do.
Unrelenting.
The unrelenting pressures of being alive is what I was going to say.
Yes,
unfortunately,
I was making a joke.
I have brain rot, and you've taken advantage of that.
I set a little trap for you there, Toby.
I played right into your. You triggered my trap card. Fuck me, the brain one's working hard today, boys.
There's a new Yu-Gi-Oh game out. I've not played it.
Just for the record, I love my girlfriend.
I think you've said it almost too many times now.
I said it twice.
Yeah, well, maybe they counteract.
Just chill out about your girlfriend. Oh my god!
They counteract. If you say it more than once, it like negates the first one.
We can cut this.
Is this why you're struggling on Tinder?
Yeah.
Well, Finn's going to have to cut a lot, I feel.
This is going to be...
Look.
This episode's going to be 13 minutes long.
13 minutes long. Episode 2, we thought an hour was a bit long, so welcome to our 5-minute podcast.
For context for the listeners, Toby and I did go to the pub last night. And we've had a bit of a slow day. So that's.
Yeah.
I hope that's not coming through on the podcast.
Oh, I think it is.
No, but we cut around that to make it high energy again. We'll just get rid of some
true.
segments I don't feel worked. And it's fine. And we're back on I feel.
As the creative lead of this operation, I think we should cut out. Oh shit, we're at the last 5 minutes.
Oh,
well,
play
it
the,
doesn't
play the
have to.
yeah, I feel like we can definitely go further. I feel like we probably should go further, seeing as the content has been.
We're going to need to make up for some cuts.
Yeah.
No, it's an hour.
Oh, we need to do it naturally. This is the thing, right? The podcast is going to be as long as it is,
depending
on what we say.
That's a
we
bad
can't
idea.
force. What do you mean?
This is a terrible idea.
Harry's a busy man, I suppose.
No, I mean,
constraint breeds creativity and narratives, Toby. You know this is true.
Gosh, it's Hitler.
Oh, that
I told you not to tell them that.
You're going to have your work cut out on this one, buddy.
Yeah, this is going to be. This will be fine. It's just podcasting, isn't it?
Look, 45 minutes is still a very good length for a podcast. Is all I'm saying. Now,
15 minutes.
I think there's 45
very
minutes
solid.
of good conversation.
There absolutely is. There's like 3 minutes you'll have to cut out.
I think there's
only
really maybe.
I'm not going to listen to any of this before it goes out.
Can you play the outro music now? Before like a little, it was like jazzy. I can't remember what it was, and then we do the little epilogue segment.
Okay,
we have an epilogue.
What's the epilogue segment?
I guess
I meant outro segment. I can't remember what I said last time.
Oh,
but,
the cream of the crop of podcast. That thing.
No, Finn.
Oh.
What we ended with last time, we were like.
They said I was a bad person, and then we just cut to the
So this time we've got to go on with this is okay.
No. This is too false. I think what I would like to say though, for the podcast, for our listeners, for the sake of
Arthur,
not having too much.
Dave.
Dave. For the sake of not having too much structure, but yet not too little structure, I think if Finn's coming up with Finn's thoughts.
Okay.
As a little segment where he wants to talk about a new game each week.
Well, I suppose just a thought.
But Finn's singular thoughts.
I promise I'll have at least one thought every week.
I look forward to
it. And I'll talk about
the sky is blue. Are you asking me to come up with a segment, Toby?
I'm saying maybe you and I, Harry. If Finn edits it, his name's on it.
That's true. What are you guys doing?
We're the entertainment and the value of the podcast.
I bring the controversy.
We need to think about the name. We got to think about the name of the podcast as well.
We've already decided on the name. It's called Fyn'sHAT.
It's got on Spotify, Finn. That's good enough for me, mate.
Listeners, if you're listening, when you listen, just pop an email to our email address and say if you like the name or not. And if you don't like it, suggest a new name.
No, Finn, you suggest a name right now that can compete with it, and they vote.
I'm not a naming man.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
Oh, okay.
I see.
So maybe you should shut the fuck up. Thanks, everyone. It's been a good episode.
It has been excellent.
It's been an excellent episode.
We do one next week. We'll probably do one next week.